I started painting this gnome, and I thought I'd start videoing it now after I started this hat. Anyways, I did 3 different reds on this guy's hat. And I thought you guys might want to watch me, I don't know, paint a gnome. So, let's see here. I'm not sure exactly what. I'm just kind of going with the flow of it. So right now I'm just doing I'm using Americana paint from DecoArts. And I just stopped painting, so now I gotta kind of get that going here. It's on, anyways, what I'm trying to say is that I stopped painting, so now it's like darker where I stopped painting. Because I'm going over it. But this is kind of like that Paris clay stuff, you know how it feels when you're painting that. Basically, this is just that porcelain clay stuff. I think they cook it or whatever. And a friend of mine, when I moved, just before we moved actually, my neighbor asked me to paint a few pieces, and it's been a long time. I have to paint them. They're supposed to get painted by her birthday or something like that, so I'm going to paint them. But anyway, that's what I'm doing now. So I got 2 pieces, and the rest she said you can have if you do me a favor and paint these guys for me, these pieces. So I agreed to do it. Didn't know I was moving though at the time, but whatever. I agreed to do it, and so finally getting to it. As I said, guys, I told you I had lots of things on the go that I had to do. Different group things, different, like for the girls. And pretty cute. I had an angle, weird angle now, right? So, no. Well, I got an angle, and I'm just going to leave it at that angle, but anyway. I agreed to paint 2 pieces for her, and the rest I get to keep. There's other pieces, so I can show you guys in a minute here. But I'm just using the DecoArts. It's looking great. And what I'm doing is I did 3 layers for the hat. I did the first layer was for the hat. The first layer was this this crimson, alizarin crimson, and then I did the pale red on all the parts that would be pleated and whatnot, shadowy parts, and then I did a berry red over it to highlight. So the darker colors would be the darker reds inside the hat kind of more, and you can see the shadowing here. It's not just all natural shadowing, it's the layers of paint as well. So I started off with that one, the darkest, and I'm just lightening it up. So I thought, okay, well, I'm going to do the same thing with the skin here. I'm starting off with the darkest skin tone that I want to use, and then I'm going to lighten it up. That's what I'm going to do. So it's kind of just playing with paints today, and I'm like, oh, I got to get these done. I'm supposed to be doing my vlog. I don't think I'm going to get my vlog up, but this is going to be, I guess, the video. Maybe I'll put it up in replacement of my vlog. Oh, getting on the, I don't know. Anyway, so what I'm trying to do is just get as close as possible. Get all the white. Right here, get all the where the tone flesh should be, and this is my darkest one that I'm starting with, And I think this should be dark enough. So I did get his teeth a bit here. I'm talking and being distracted now. Have no excuse. But I'm just going to go near his face, like near his eyes here right now. I think his hat's all dry, so I could probably lean it, but I just got to make sure I don't lean it on. I got several little cloth or paper towels. And they got swipes of paint on them, so I don't want to lean them on anything like that and get paint everywhere on him. So yeah, I'm just kind of going over it a little bit more here, making it even, because like I said, I stopped here, so makes the paint kind of darker, thicker in one area looking. Decided to do the video. It's kind of neat because I'm sure getting paint all over my face because I keep touching my face. It's nice to know have a reference on how to paint objects like this. So it's you don't want just to be flat. It's like painting a canvas, though. You still need to appear the shadows and whatnot. So this is his face. So this is the darkest color I got going on here. I'm going to try to fix the camera. I'm going to stop the video for a second. Don't want my camera falling in the water, which is, I'm having, I got it Velcroed now, but you never know. Okay, so got the piece here, and it's got, okay, I'm going to put a little bit more skin tone in here. So whatever's beard there will come through. So now, like I said, this is the darkest color, so I'm hoping to light it up. Got some pictures of gnomes here. I just kind of went in Firefox and just went to search engine and went to gnomes, and so they came up. And so they're all kind of the same. The red hat, the blue jacket, black belt. So I just want to make them like them and make them very interesting and not flat. So yeah, I just finished painting a crucifix for my friend, and I think that turned out really well, and I hope she's happy with it. So I could show you guys in a second here. And I didn't do that one on video, but I was really thinking about, like, why would I was going to do it, and I'm like, oh, they want to see me painting an object for. But like I said, on that one it was really small. Well, it's a much smaller project, so I thought I left it, and then I'm like, well, I am using different techniques, like layers, to paint this, and it might be useful for someone. So I'm just going to label this like this video like how to, you know, add realistic paint to a figure, or, you know, like if you want to paint something. So I guess whatever these things are called, I gotta figure out what they're called. Statues. But I'm getting a little on the, gotta be more careful, getting a little on the eyeball. Okay, so that's this guy here. So I think I got the darkest, this is the darkest tone I'm going to use, like I said. Now I'm just kind of going over where any light spots. Okay, so this one here is coca. So I thought that would be a good start. And I gotta rinse my other brush up. Alright. I have little squares here that were, I'm kind of just see, if you see here, like this is what I'm talking about, I'm wiping them off, painting them on, using little pieces like that. So to show you the other piece that I just finished a little while ago, I'm just going to quickly, this is the crucifix I was asked to paint, and I put triple thick brilliant brush on gloss Americana. I use these Americana paints here, these little bottles of the acrylic, these little bottles for all of these, and then the gold as well, the same bottle, the metallic, the gold. So that is that. That turned out really nice. And I'm hoping it's not going to be like, no complaint about how realistic, like with the crimson, I added crimson on it and stuff. So, it's pretty. I did the layers. I did the darker, almost an orangey tone of flesh first, and then I went lighter and then lighter, and then even highlighted lighter, and then added a little bit of body hair too, because I didn't. There was none on there, and that kind of thing. So that's how you can see. That's how I did the tone, the flesh on that. And then I did the wood, same color as the hair and the beard, but then I wiped it off. And then, of course, I added the gold. And I did the brown on here, and then I wiped it off as fast as I could, so it wouldn't really get too brown. But you can see it in the background of the gold still. So that's that one. I just painted the back to kind of make it look nice. Kind of the skin tone and the brown and the gold kind of mixed together. So I might put the triple, what's that called? Triple thick gloss on the back too, just so, I don't know yet. Might. There you go. So that's that one. Now, there. And this is like, okay, and then for the hat, I did, you can see that, you could really see that I did the layers of red, so you can see the darker, the Nepal red there, so, and where it's this, where the sun would hit it more, you get the berry red, and it was on top of the crimson too, so the crimson was the base. So the same thing with the face now, so just showing you, again, I got the coca. So I'm going to go with a lighter color now. I'm probably going to go with, just looking at my colors here. I don't want to go coral, it's going to be too funny. I think I'm going to go with this flesh tone over top, and then I'm even going to go a little lighter as well. So now I'm going to lay him down, kind of, maybe like this. I don't know how you guys are going to see this. So I'm going to do my best to get it a realistic, more realistic color. So this video could be a long video because this is kind of like, techniques here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go over the whole thing, and I'm going to rub off some of it. That's what I'm going to do. I know it's crazy, right? It's like, how is that gonna, it works. It really does. So I got it all on there, really nice now. I'm gonna quickly go over it. wipe it all off. And you see how it's kind of looking a little bit more natural. And that's the look I'm looking for. So I'm just going to go over. And wipe it off again. So it's kind of coming in layers. And you can see how that's looking a little bit more natural. And I'm going to do the same thing here. Now it's kind of the opposite where I'm leaving, you know, you're going over and then you're wiping it off. And I'm leaving some of the edging, some of the darker edges when I'm doing this. And you can even, if you find you do it too light, you could go over. And it's kind of like the opposite where you're, okay, this guy's got a little bit of red, I gotta be careful. I've got a little brown in here too, so that's okay, I could use that. Making it look a little more got a little bit of brown on this one, so I'm using that to my advantage to darken up the skin a bit. Again, only so now I'm going over a bit just on the highlighted pieces. So see how much it's looking more natural. You got the shaded areas. So this is how I'm doing it. This is kind of like maybe the angle of the camera is not the greatest, but can you see some of the more layers is making it look more realistic. So I'm going to grab my coca a little bit, my cocoa, whatever this color is here. Coca, and I'm just dipping it in, and I'm just going to try to do a few more marks in his wrinkles by his eyes, his laughing eyes, and that's it. I'm just going to rub that off. So it's just a few layers, and that's how you go. That's how it goes. It's not too much. I think it's pretty cute. Now I'm going to go with a little bit of a rosy cheek. And just adding a little more paint on his hands, see if I need to darken anything up here. I kind of like that. So I'm going to do some. I'm going to go in with a little coral. Now this is really a light and it's almost pinky, and I'm just going to go a little bit with that all over his face here, just a little bit, and just make him a little bit more pinky. I'm going to rub that in. So I got lots of layers, and I thought that would be a really nice touch. And yes, I'm going to get some on his hair and stuff, but There we go. A little bit of the pink, a little bit of the coral. I just wanted him to be a little bit more rosy. So more depth. It's just giving him more depth. And this lighting over in this side is really poor. Because, but I don't know if you guys can see. He's just got more. He does. He's got more depth and stuff. So. And that is about him. So I'm going to do a dab of red on his nose, a dab of red on his cheeks here, and I'm going to rinse my brush, just kind of go around with that. Isn't that cute? Just a little bit. And that's just for his, just a little bit. That's just for his little rosy cheeks. I just want a little bit. And blue. Been working in the garden all day. He's so cute. I'm going to dry him up a little bit. And I'm going to leave that just like that. And I'm going to dry him up a bit. I'm just going to put a little bit of the antique white on him. Just in spots where I think I can lighten up his skin a little bit and cause a little interest. And then I'm going to kind of soften it up a bit. I put it on very lightly so it's not too thick on. So not much is going to come up. I'm just kind of softening it up. So yeah, play with your layers. And that's about that. There's a lot of color in your skin, so you're not just one flat tone. And I think playing with it is really fun. I think I'm going to, yeah, I'm just going to add a little bit more on his hands. I think I'm going to add a little bit of a darker tone to his lips and call that a day for that, for his face, I think. So I got the raw sienna, sienna, and I'm just going to go a little bit on his lips. So that's always a little darker. If I want adding more highlights to his lips from like the sun or whatever, I can add that after. And I'm going to add a little bit of this as well to the hairline. So yeah, it's just a play. So it's going to be like the shadowy part of his skin there. And now it's just kind of really drying. So my brush, I'm just going to go play with it. So I'm putting a little bit over his eye socket, and I might be using, the brush might be a little big, but it's okay, it'll work. And I'm gonna do the same over here. Just darken around the eye socket a bit. be painting his eyes, but that's how it's looking. So it's like a lot of layers, with the face and that kind of thing. I just wanted to share that. Yeah, I know I got some on his beard. It's not just that easy to, you know, gotta make the shadows here. And then when I cover the beard, it's gonna look good. Oh. Perfect. So he's looking pretty good. I like him. And of course, it's not going to be the flat color you see there. I'm going to have glaze over it and all that kind of stuff. So it's going to be nice.